Hello all, welcome to pythonvibes YouTube channel. And the next interview question vachesi, this is one of the most frequently asked interview question, like how to reverse a input string or input list. So ee video lo nenu both the list and string ni ela reverse cheyalo aa two things ni ee okke video lone హ్యాండిల్ చేయడానికి కోడ్ రాస్తాను. అది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. చాలా టైమ్స్ చాలా ఇంటర్వ్యూస్లో అడిగారు. సో టు అప్రోచ్ దిస్ వీ నీడ్ టు నో హౌ టు యాక్సెస్ లిస్ట్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ అండ్ హౌ టు వర్క్ విత్ స్లైసింగ్ by using negative indexes, and we should be aware of join method. So these are the prerequisites to approach this problem. సో మనకి సింపుల్గా మనం ఏమనుకుంటాము, రివర్సల్ లిస్ట్ రివర్స్ స్ట్రింగ్ అలా ఏమైనా వేస్తే మనకి ఆబ్వియస్గా సింపుల్ సొల్యూషన్ లిస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ::-1. సో ఇదొక స్లైసింగ్ మెథడ్. సో దీన్ని యూజ్ చేసి రివర్స్ స్ట్రింగ్ అంటే 5 5 4 3 2 1 ఈ విధంగా వస్తుంది. బట్ ఇఫ్ యూ డూ దిస్ లైన్ ఆర్ డూ దిస్ కోడింగ్ డ్యూరింగ్ ద ఇంటర్వ్యూస్, the recruiter can't get to know like what is your problem solving skills level. So they don't know how you are approaching any problem. So they are expecting something more from you. So for that reason we shouldn't go with this slicing method, even though we are aware of this simple logic or simple code will help us to return any string or any list in Python. But this is not what they are expecting. So they will ask us to implement this reverse any string or list without using any inbuilt functions, or not this this slicing one which I had shown earlier. So not this one, they are not expecting it. So how to approach this? So firstly we need to know like the range function, how it actually works. So as you can see here, range will accept 3 parameters. So one is start and the stop, and if there is any step count that we can give it. So start, stop and step would be our range syntax. So what I'm doing, I'll take length of this list -1 because this is actually having length of how much? This is having 5. But in case of our Python, the index will start from 0. So this is the reason why I am reducing the length here. And what I'm doing, till it has to loop till -1. This -1, you know, right? Already when we are working with slicing, if we want to access this last element, we'll be using -1 will give us the last element by using this negative indexing concept. So this is the stop index, and then I am giving -1 because it has to reduce each time by 1. So let us print here what is coming here so that we can understand. And the end parameter, I'm not keeping this as a new line, but as a some space I'm giving here, so that every number will come with a space like this. So that's the reason I'm not keeping end as a new line, but end as a space, as a delimiter here. So let me save it and run. So what it will give us, it will take each index here in this length of this list, and it will loop over till the last index by reducing each index by 1. So what do we get? If the length of this list is 5, then it will start reducing it 4 3 2 1 and 0. So this is how we will get it. Let me run and show you how are we seeing it. 1 second. So for index in the range of, so this is how we are getting here. So we understood that this is the index. So now what I told, so if I wanted to access the elements, we understood the indexing concept, and if I wanted to access the elements, I can do list of this element, and then end also. Here also I am keeping end as a small space as a delimiter. Yeah, so what I'm getting 5 4 3 2 1, but I don't want this to be in this format. I want it as a resultant should also be a list. So what I'm doing, I'm taking a new parameter, a new variable named as reverse list, and then I'm trying to append this reverse list in this element length L of index. This is what we were doing, right, to access these elements, actual elements of this list. So what I'm doing in this list, reverse list, I'm trying to append this L of index will try to access each element here. So that is how I'm appending it here, and at the end I can print the reversed list here. So that is how we will not see the numbers like earlier like this 5 4 3 2 1 as a individual elements, but we could see it in a list of elements. But this, what it is doing, this is only work for list here. So but I wanted to it to handle for both list and string also. So for that reason, what I'm doing, I'll start initiating a method, function here with the name reverse string or list. So this will take one input parameter, input parameter here, and then let me remove these things and then move it to this, so that I have initiated a reverse list as it is earlier. And then since I am writing it in a function, so I'll be replacing whatever the input parameter I am seeing here, and L with the input, and then reverse list. This is what will give us, this is only handles the list case, but what it has to do, it has to handle whenever we pass string also, it has to reverse the string and give us the input, output. So for this reason, what we know to check whether some element or some object is a class of what data type. Is it a class of list type, or is it a class of string, or it is a class of dictionary? So we know that we can check with this method isinstance. This input is an instance of string. What it has to do, if it has an instance of string, then since we are getting this reversed output as a kind of list format, we have to do it, we have to join all those elements with join method, join, and it is expecting one iterable object. That is what we hold it in reverse list. So this is how we can pass it. Elif, I'm not going with else condition, so I'm just taking this is instance elif here on the top I written it for string, and then in the elif condition I'm writing it for list. Is instance of, oh, something is missing here. So if the input is an instance of list, it can directly return the original or reverse list. So to call this, what we need to do, reverse, I'm just calling this method. Now I'll pass one list, because we already know that how the list things will work after reversing. So let me print it. 5 4 3 2 1 is our reversed list. Let me try by giving string as a input. I given honey as a input and try running it. So even this string also got handled. So what it is doing, honey, it will take, imagine it, we have passed honey as our input string. So in the input we have input as a honey, and what it is doing, it is initializing some range object like length of honey. What is the length of honey? 5 minus 1, what it will come, 5 minus 1 is 4 comma minus 1. So it has to reduce, it has to run till minus 1, and then it has to reduce till minus 1, it has to reduce each element by 1. So at the end, what would be the range object will look like? 4 3 2 1 and 0. So this is what we will get. So what after that, for the first iteration, what are we doing? 4. So in this reverse list, we were directly appending that what are we doing? This input of what is the element, whatever is there at the index 4. Index 4 is y. So that is what, right? So honey is written like this. So if the index starts from, one second, so imagine we have input as honey, we got it here, and what are the indexes? 0 1 2 3 and 4. So this is what the index. So input of honey of 4th index, what we are trying to do is 4th index, we have y as our element. So what are we doing? In the reverse list, we are appending that element, y will get inserted, and the next iteration 3 would be our index value, and at index 3 we have e, and that is going to append it here. Since it's a list, so these all string characters will get appended as a individual elements. So for the third iteration we'll get n, because 2 is our index number. So and so on, it will check all these elements in that, and it will return as reverse list use like this. And after that, it is coming to this if condition, and it is checking whether this input is a instance of string or not. It is a instance of string, so it is just returning, and it will come out of this. So how is it returning? It is joining all these elements using join method, and then it is returning us the output. So this is what we are seeing when we run this file. So same way list also will work. But after forming this reverse list, if it's an instance of list class, then it is directly returning the reversed list. That is how it is working. So please do let me know if you have any doubts in this problem and how to approach this. If you are not clear, please do comment and let me know. And if it is helpful for you, please do share it with your friend circle and in your any work environment or in your with your colleagues as well. Please do like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you guys for watching this video.